Sup guys, welcome back to the channel. And this AG, I hope you guys are doing great or doing well. And I'm here back with another video. And today I'm reacting to another death battle. I've been reacting to those lately. I've reacted to 2 videos, and as of now, this is the 3rd one. First was Doctor Who versus Rick Sanchez. You know, Doctor Who versus Rick and Morty. And then second was Harry Potter versus Luke Skywalker. Yeah. 3 videos as of now. This will be the 4th. I forgot about just the recent one. Spawn versus Ghost Rider. I don't know why I forgot about that. But yeah, today I'm here reacting to Omni-Man versus Homelander. As of right now, we are getting closer. It is only a few days away from the finale of Invincible season 3. So I thought about, hey, this, I haven't seen it. I haven't reacted to it, so let me just do it. You know, and yeah, I know Homelander is gonna win, and Omni-Man is gonna win. Don't know why I said Homelander. That's the first word that came to my mind. I know Homelander is going. God damn it! Why do I keep saying Homelander? I don't know. Omni-Man should be the word that should be frequent in my mouth, since I've been saying it a lot whilst watching Invincible, making videos on the season 3, comparing it to the comics. If you want to check the videos out from episode 1 to 7 out on my channel. So yeah, let's just check this out. 3, 2, 1, action.
By BetterHelp and Mint Mobile.
Let me lower the volume a bit.
Omni-Man, the invincible champion from planet Viltrum.
Homelander, the world's greatest superhero.
As much as Homelander is strong, he's not taking on Omni-Man. The feats that Omni-Man has accomplished, has done,
did in fact corrupt.
Like even from the show alone and what they've talked about, it's even crazier than what Homelander has done in his show.
And skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Of course, Omni-Man doesn't have certain powers of Homelander, like the laser eyes and stuff, but it doesn't matter.
Had you go in there for a second, huh?
Not really. His name is in the title of the video.
Well, you might be forgiven for mistaking Nolan Grayson for his classic comic inspiration. He's even got that sexy mustache that he's not afraid to hide with terrible CGI. Born on the planet Viltrum, Nolan was sent to Earth to act as its superpowered
Justice League
defender and spread the enlightenment of his utopian home world.
More than 1,000 years old.
Alter ego Omni-Man, there was no one better suited to the task.
Really wants his son to think. I didn't even see that. Oh my god.
Life couldn't be better.
Yeah.
Until Mark inherited his dad's Viltrumite powers. That's when Mark found out that his dad was a stinking rat bastard liar.
Turns out,
man, that was one of the shocking moments of the entire show. Especially then, when I watched this season 1, I hadn't read the comics.
With their bare hands until only the strongest were
ooh, Conquest. You're going to see Conquest versus Invincible next week. I mean, in a couple of days. It's going to be crazy.
Oh
my god.
So just scratch that peaceful part entirely.
And turns out Omni-Man was here to do that same thing to Earth. Sorry, Mark. Your dad's a dick.
Even worse, he's easily the most powerful being on the entire planet.
Imagine combining the raw power of a Kryptonian and the bloodlust of a Saiyan, and what you get is basically a Viltrumite.
Due to their unique DNA, Viltrumites are composed of smart atoms that they can manipulate to achieve superhuman feats, like holding their breath for weeks on end by drawing more energy from the oxygen inside them.
Yeah, we've seen that in the show.
Bioelectric aura
because the comics.
Has. That's basically how comic writers bullshit a science-y explanation for his powers.
Except smart atoms make even less sense. How can atomic structure be designated by your DNA? DNA is made of atoms. It's completely nonsensical biological hogwash that I cannot stand.
Uh-oh, comics fans. I'm calling this debunked. Viltrumites can fly, withstand near absolute 0 temperatures, and even possess insane healing factors. You know, stuff like getting punched through the stomach, having your guts ripped out, or having your face smashed up in a tomato soup. I don't mean to exaggerate, but Viltrumites in this series get fuck up and somehow survive.
Yeah.
However, too much trauma to the brain
Yeah,
can
man.
overtax their healing factors, and intense heat can be especially damaging.
Even the most powerful
Yeah, when he
Viltrumites
was
can be
fighting
killed by extended
Tracks.
baths in the spicy
Was this
hot
Track?
plasma of a star.
I said
And
Tracks.
because of their abilities, their inner ear vestibular system
Yeah.
is far more sensitive than
What?
regular humans.
Cecil used
Intense sonic
against
pressure
me.
will disrupt their fragile equilibrium and even prevent them from flying.
Though pushing themselves to their physical limits only ends up making them way stronger. And considering Nolan has been alive and planet conquering for thousands of years, he is easily one of the toughest Viltrumites around. Like other aliens
Yeah, one of the
attacking
strongest
him will
Viltrumites.
literally splatter their bodies against him. But Mark didn't
Yeah,
inherit everything
bro.
from his dad. Despite his alien
There's so
genes,
much
Mark
gore.
was
I need
raised
to
as a
censor
human with
this
our
shit.
weak, pathetic
I need to
human
really-
values like
Bro.
love and compassion and not brutally murdering the shit out of everyone you see like a maniac. Really made it difficult for Nolan to relate to his kid.
Such as when these aliens invaded Earth. Mark tried his best
Yeah,
to
this
minimize
moment.
casualties and outsmart his numerically superior foes.
Nolan, meanwhile, tackled their leader through the portal back to their homeworld, then spent some time systematically annihilating
decimating
their planet for even daring
everything.
to take Earth from him. Classic generational divide.
Annihilate
The
is
speed was going
underselling
nuts.
it. Nolan flew so
Underselling
fast that his
it
body
indeed.
lit their planet's atmosphere on fire.
On fire.
creating massive country-sized explosions, with his own body as the projectile.
Omni-Man has flown across galaxies in only a week, survived punching a hole through a planet, and even deflected a meteor the size of Texas.
Assuming that means the diameter of the meteor is equivalent to the distance from the top of the Panhandle to the Gulf of Mexico, that would make it 1,300 kilometers wide.
And weigh over 4.6 quintillion tons. Moving at re-entry speeds of over 11,000 meters per second, it had hit with enough energy to destroy the moon twice over.
So Omni-Man is strong enough to slaughter those who considered him an ally, the Guardians of the Globe, all to ensure as
That was
seamless a
so
transition to
crazy.
the coming Viltrumite rule as possible.
Too bad for Nolan, it wouldn't be that easy, because he'd have to go through his son first.
Mark was horrified by his father's treachery, spurred on by the reveal
Yeah.
that Nolan only viewed his mother as a pet, a disposable broodmare. Invincible fought Omni-Man
That was
to
the
save
thing
the
that
planet.
that's the thing that changed Mark, because he was really like transforming Mark a bit. And then he mentioned the mother as a pet.
It was a good pun. Jesus.
Yeah,
If
this scene
anything,
too.
it was
Oh my
Omni-Man
god,
that
how
learned a lesson about
horrific.
humanity that day.
He may have tried to turn Mark into a Viltrumite, but in reality, as Nolan fled Earth with tears in his eyes, Mark made his father human.
Yeah. And now
This
he's in
episode is sponsored
3.
by BetterHelp.
He's trying to do good. I mean, not trying to do good. He was just trying to accept his
Symptoms
fate,
can
his
include lack
death.
of motivation,
And then
feeling
Alan was
helpless
just
or
like,
trapped,
bro,
detachment,
come on, help out,
fatigue,
come
and
on.
more.
You know, help out, and then just go on this redemption arc. You know, by helping other people, other galaxies, help us defeat your people.
Too well.
You know,
Thanks
that
for
will not
reminding
cancel
me.
your deeds, that, you know, the
We
crazy things you did on
associate
Earth,
burnout with work,
but
that's not
at
the
least
only
to
cause.
something.
Any of our roles in life can lead us to
And
feel
yeah,
burnout,
right now they're
and
putting
BetterHelp
out of
Online
prison.
Therapy wants to remind you to prioritize yourself.
Yeah,
Talking
man.
with someone can help you figure out what's causing
Season
stress
1
in
was
your
so
life.
good that I just had to read the comics, and I just read it all the way. I didn't, I've not completed it. I plan to complete it, you know, but I've read it
It can be more
like
affordable
far,
than
far
in-person therapy, and
than
you
where
can
the
match
show
with a
is right
therapist
now.
in under 48 hours.
Death Battle viewers get
Like
10%
all the
off their
things they
first month at
mentioned,
BetterHelp.com
I've already read it. Like destroying the planet. I don't want to spoil anything for maybe some Invincible viewers who have been watching the show and have not read the comics. Now let's move on to Homelander. Season 5, oh man, I can't wait for the boys season 5. And sad that it's going to be the last one.
That's right. Superheroes are real. And
Queen
big
Maeve. I don't know
business.
whether Queen Maeve is going to be in this last season. Come on, she has to, right? It's the last season.
TV shows, action figures, and video games constantly, drowning the masses in a slurry of focus-tested nostalgia opium with no end in sight.
Yeah.
Yep.
Imagine.
Within Vought's pantheon of gods among men is their premier super team, the Seven, and its leader,
The Seven.
Homelander.
He's got the looks, the charm, the Jesus, and most importantly, he's got the power to slaughter all of America's enemies at home and abroad. This guy probably eats freedom and shits ego.
I have not watched
But Homelander's
the animated
clean
version,
corporate
the
sheen is
diabolical
only skin deep.
TV show.
Far from the big blue Boy Scout he's marketed as, Homelander is probably the closest thing to Lucifer on Earth.
Remember Bad
Ja.
Teacher Biff from Back to the Future? Now give him superpowers and media training.
Vought's official story is that Homelander was an alien who landed here as a baby, a tale we're all familiar with.
And one that's totally
like
bullshit.
Superman.
Homie was made in a lab with Vought's
Made in a lab.
proprietary super soldier serum, Compound V.
Yeah,
And he was
Compound
a
V.
complete success.
Too much of a success. He was murdering
Yeah,
groups of
he was
terrified
like a cheat
scientists
code.
before his umbilical cord was even cut. In the comics, Vought had to keep a remote-controlled hydrogen bomb strapped to him at all times because they had no idea what else
Well.
could possibly kill him.
As he grew up, he was
They showed
subjected
they
to
didn't do
psychological
that.
conditioning to
Change
make
it.
him the greatest and most profitable hero.
It was
of
all
all
psychological.
It
That
wasn't long
need
before he debuted
to
as
feel loved
Homelander, the
by
ultimate
everyone.
defender of the American dream.
to be loved by
Homelander
everyone.
possesses massively superhuman strength, speed, and durability. He can fly at hypersonic
Enhance
speeds,
Sierra and
see through
flight.
walls with X-ray vision, and detect a person's
Yeah.
emotional state from just the sound of their heartbeat.
But you know you're done for when he breaks out his heat vision, which is strong enough
Yeah,
to
that
slice
heat
through
vision,
crowds of
oh.
people or
That is
split
his number
airplanes
one
in half.
go-to
Or
attack.
screams so loud
I mean,
that
he's the
it
most
shatters
powerful
the
he has,
eardrums
right?
of anyone around him.
Those are innocent bystanders whose ears are exploding, by the way. Oh yeah, he totally botched this mission to stop a plane hijacking, so he forced each and everyone on board to die in the resulting crash so they wouldn't reveal
In the
his
show, they
coming.
didn't do that.
Well, Homelander's
Change
powers
it a
may
bit.
be real, but his
Ah.
heroism is a charade. Though he plays his part well, he cares nothing for the peons he's forced to protect.
Yeah.
The only thing he
Doesn't
treasures
care about
is,
anybody.
ironically, his public image. Turns out being raised as a lab experiment doesn't create a healthy person. But don't worry, he eventually cleaned
True.
up his act and started a totally 100% healthy sexual relationship with a fellow superhero.
Nope, he did it.
Who just
Stormfront.
happened to be an actual Nazi.
To be-
Speaking
Yeah.
of sex, you know how I'm always saying we should figure out how Superman and Lois get busy? Well, forget that, because Homelander proved that they can't when his ejaculation blew his partner to smithereens. Who drew that?
Look, there's no way to sugarcoat this.
Fuck
Considering a
her.
human's load has much less mass than a shotgun pellet, it would have to be moving significantly faster to achieve the same kinetic
Damn,
energy.
I didn't know this.
1,500
I
meters
didn't
per
know
second,
this.
Or 4.5 times faster than
Oh
sound.
man.
That's
I mean, they did
right.
say comics version
Homelander
is
can
way
bust
worse than
a
the
nut
boys.
faster than
I
the
even
speed of
know that.
sound. Well, good night, everybody. Ooh, kind of sucks for humanity that they made this dude the most powerful being on the planet and a psycho murderer.
That's no exaggeration. Stillwell even commented that
Yeah.
Homelander has proven immune to every weapon known to mankind, no matter how powerful. Humanity literally lacks the ability to kill him.
That'd include nuclear weapons as powerful as the Tsar bomb, which exploded with the energy of 50 megatons of TNT.
Actually, it could have exploded with twice that. But the Soviets who created it were afraid it would irreversibly alter Earth's biosphere and end the world. That's right, we all almost died.
And that's the kind of shit Homelander can shrug off no problem. He's strong enough to throw a jet with one hand and fast enough to outspeed a C4 explosion.
Despite being an emotionally
Yeah.
stunted man-child, Homelander is still surprisingly cunning and able to manipulate those around him.
True.
Though it probably
True.
wasn't too smart to piss off the world's angriest limey, Billy Butcher. Yeah, turns out forcibly fathering a bastard son with someone else's wife is not a good idea.
Of note, as unjustifiable as it is, to Homelander, this gave him something he never had before. Some small measure of control over his own life.
Being born Vought's star pupil meant he was under their thumb from the day he was born. His superpowered son was the first thing that was truly his and might be his best option for a new beginning. Or not.
This episode is sponsored by Mint Mobile.
After years of fine print contracts and getting ripped off by those big wireless providers, I know
Man.
by now there's always a catch. It's like
Homelander
trying
is
to get-
insane.
But did you know that Mint
Though
Mobile
the show
offers
did
premium
change certain
wireless
things
starting
up-
at just $15
I mean,
a
come to
month?
think of it, they
The
did
catch
change a
is,
lot.
What's the catch?
You
There
know,
isn't one. Mint Mobile's
because the
secret sauce is that
Homelander
they're
from
the
the
first
comics
company
is
to
so
sell
much
wireless
different.
service online
The way they've
only.
made him
They cut out
much
the cost
more
of retail stores and pass those
humane.
sweet
How should I put
savings
it?
to
Much
you.
more
Mint
human
Mobile
when it
gives you
comes
the
to
best
Ryan.
rate, whether you're buying
You know,
for
in the
one or your
show,
whole
it's
family.
so
And all
much
plans
different.
come with
I don't think in the
unlimited
comics
talk and
they had it like
text.
that.
Data on
Maybe
the
something
nation's
similar a
largest
little
5G
bit.
network.
But the
You can
show,
even use your
you know,
own current
elevated
phone,
that
any Mint Mobile
emotion
plan, and keep
where
the
he's
same phone
busting
number
out,
along
you know,
with all your
almost
existing contacts.
crying,
I'm excited to try
having
it out
that,
myself. I
you know,
appreciate how easy it is to look through all their wireless plans on
portraying
their
that
website. To get
his
your new
psyche
wireless
with
plan for
those
just
mirror
$15
scenes
a month and get the
where
plan
he has
shipped to your
about
door
5
for free.
personalities like here and there.
Go to
Oh my god.
That's mintmobile.com/deathbattle.
But yeah,
Cut
I
your
think
wireless
I
bill to
used
15 bucks a month at
Omni-Man is gonna win.
mintmobile.com/death
Come on.
battle.
The battles that Omni-Man has
Alright,
been in,
combatant stars,
Homelander has
run the
never
day
been
with
in
raw
such. He's
possibilities.
always defeated
It's time
anyone.
for a death
I mean, when it comes to one-on-one fights, he's always defeated. No one has ever beaten Homelander. Maybe in terms of words or, you know, cannonness or
Howdy,
plans,
neighbor.
but
Coco?
yeah.
It's warm.
Oh, this animation style.
You know, Nolan, Homelander
It's cool.
is more than just a superhero. It might be cynical to say this, but he's a brand. And it's very important to me that brand means.
And he doesn't have any real. He
If
doesn't
I'm
have
playing
any
second
real
fiddle to
muscles.
some goddamn
I mean,
alien.
probably because there's nothing he
What's
can
really the
lift.
point,
I mean,
right?
he could
What do you
find
think,
something heavy to lift
Debbie?
to build muscle, but he
No,
killed
she's-
Debbie.
So, do we have an understanding?
Oh,
Get the fuck out of my
you shouldn't have done that. Who shouldn't have done that?
I'm going to feed you your own heart.
Shit. That was a great line.
Oh,
Country? Seriously? I'm not here
no,
for
this
your country.
true. He's here for the entire planet. Of course, they don't give a F about any casualty. Maybe future Nolan would, but I don't know this version. Oh, I knew it. This is definitely the OG Nolan. I mean, this was made years ago, but before, you know. So yeah.
Never been hit by someone your own size before? You have to turn with the punch to reduce.
Yeah, Homelander has never been in such a fight before with someone on equal footing. Yeah, the sound waves. It just evaporated. Damn. Because Homelander is gonna crash out. He's
Are you
never
going
been
to cry?
in this type of situation.
After I'm done with you, I'm gonna flash right that little shit son of yours! This worthless neighborhood! And every
Homelander has taken
person you know!
hits.
Remember what I promised you.
Yeah, he's gonna feed him his own heart.
Now swallow. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I remember in season 1, Cecil used a certain laser beam
If there's
from
a god, it
outer
sure
space
seems
to,
like he was working
you know,
out some aggression
slow
there.
down
Despite
Nolan.
Homelander's
Wasn't he?
dominance within the world of the
Do
boys,
it.
he's a big
Either.
fish in a small pond, relatively speaking.
True.
Homelander can move faster than sound, while Omni-Man can move faster than light. Homelander can survive a nuke, while Omni-Man can shatter the moon twice over.
To be fair, Homelander did have a couple of abilities Omni-Man didn't, like his heat vision.
Yeah.
While Viltrumite healing factors have failed against continuous exposure to the heat of stars, that still took quite a bit
Yeah,
of
that
time,
was
and
a
there's
star
no reason to
in the
think
sun.
Homelander's heat vision was anywhere near that hot.
Hell, Nolan's tanked
True.
heat vision from the superhero Mean Supreme before, who can vaporize people in an instant.
Even if it was hot enough, Omni-Man's superior speed would cut him off before he could do any lasting damage. Similarly,
True, he was
despite
not- he
being
was
able
just
to
gonna
disrupt his
stand there and
equilibrium with
take
his
the
supersonic
damage.
Screaming, Homelander wasn't strong enough to capitalize on it in any meaningful way.
Plus, while Homelander
Yeah.
is pretty devious when the situation calls for it, Omni-Man has been fighting and conquering worlds for thousands
Yeah, look
of
at this
years.
speed. If
We
he
come
used this
from a
speed against
warrior
Homelander,
culture
he would have
based
killed
on
him in
fighting.
seconds.
Homelander, on the other hand, comes from a test tube and never had to push himself as a fighter because he was always so much
Yeah.
stronger than everyone else.
And
True.
that's the key difference between them. One is a warrior, and the other is a bully. Homelander was never going to give up easy, but Omni-Man's skill, power, and Viltrumite heritage earned him the win.
When it comes to Superman knockoffs, Homelander had to eat his heart out.
The winner is Omni-Man.
Of course, I said it. Like, there was no way Homelander was going to win in the fight against. Like, I know some people online will be like, oh, Homelander would have won. Homelander, like, I see certain things that people type online. Oh, Homelander versus Omni-Man, and I'm like, just typing that is an insult to Homelander. It's an insult to Omni-Man. I don't know why I keep saying Homelander. But anyways, yeah. Of course, if you know the history, even if you have not read the comics, like, I'm just basing everything on the show. Like, the things that Omni-Man has done in the show, the damage he's taken, and the things they've even talked about him doing. And you watch The Boys and you see the things that Homelander has done, his greatest feats. It's a no-brainer. And when you go to the comics, it's even crazier. The things Omni-Man has done. And so, like, and when people even say Homelander versus Superman, bro, the guy can't even defeat Omni-Man, and you're talking about Superman. Like, anyways, guys, I enjoyed this. It was an obvious thing. The last one death battle that I reacted to, Spawn versus Ghost Rider, that was something that I did not know who was going to win. Probably because I didn't know so much about the characters. I only knew more about Ghost Rider in terms of live action, the movies and the TV show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But yeah, with this one, it was just clear. I knew who was going to win based on knowing these two characters. Just from the shows alone, I just knew. And from the comics, of course, I've read the comics to a certain extent. That is Invincible. The Boys, I've read 1 or 2 panels, but I've not really dived into it. But I know, come on. Against Omni-Man, he's nothing. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below what you thought of this reaction. I'm planning on reacting to another video, another death battle. Let me see. Oh, not another death battle. It's actually superpowered beatdown. I reacted to the first superpowered, not the first superpowered beatdown, but a video. It was Deadpool and Domino versus Joker and Harley Quinn. So it's on the channel. You can check it out. Next, I'll be reacting to Wonder Woman versus Wolverine, or maybe Lara Croft versus Nathan Drake. Anyways, stay tuned for that. Subscribe and turn on that notification bell not to miss those videos and more. So that's it for the video, bro. My mouth, I can't speak. I don't know when it comes to online or when it comes to recording something. I don't know. When I just stop recording, I just speak normally. I don't know. Maybe it will pass away. Maybe because I'm not used to recording, reactions and stuff. Anyways, that's going to be it for the video. As always, Ned is here. I'll see you guys in the next video.